The social compass. A modern guide to authentic human connection. Somewhere between where you are right now and where you want to be, there is a gap. Not a gap of talent, not a gap of worth, but a gap of navigation. Because human connection isn't a personality trait you're born with. It's a landscape you learn to travel. Welcome to the social compass. Over the next 8 minutes, you won't hear recycled tips about eye contact or forced conversation starters. Instead, you're going to receive a new navigation system for how people actually work. These ideas are built from the ground up, forged from the simple truth that every person you meet is a territory worth exploring, and you are the explorer. So take a breath, release the pressure to be perfect, and let's calibrate your compass. Chapter 1. Reading the weather. Imagine walking outside without ever checking the sky. You'd bring a coat to a heat wave or shorts to a snowstorm. Yet most of us walk into conversations exactly this way, completely blind to the emotional weather swirling around us. Every person radiates a social climate. Some are warm fronts, open shoulders, bright eyes, energy leaning toward you like sunlight. Others are cold fronts, crossed arms, shallow breath, body angled toward the exit. But here's what most people miss. The weather is always changing, and it is rarely about you alone. That co-worker who seems frosty might have fought with their partner this morning. That stranger who lights up when you approach might have been starving for contact all day. Your job isn't to control their weather. Your job is to read it, respect it, and respond accordingly. When you sense a warm front, sail forward, share more, laugh louder, explore deeper. When you hit a cold front, don't blast through it. Slow down, soften your voice. Think of yourself as a respectful traveler, adjusting to local conditions, not a storm trying to reshape the landscape. When you stop forcing your way through cold fronts, people notice. Trust begins, and the weather starts to change in your favor. Chapter 2. Building bridges. A conversation is not a tennis match. It's not about batting words back and forth. A real conversation is a bridge being built between two islands. Every time you speak, you lay down either a plank or a rope. Planks are the pieces of yourself you set down. Your stories, your opinions, your curiosities. Ropes are the questions you extend, pulling the other person closer, giving them a way to cross over. Most failed conversations happen because people only lay planks. They talk about themselves endlessly, building a pier that goes nowhere. Or they only throw ropes, interrogating the other person until it feels like an interview, not a connection. The secret is rhythm. Plank, rope, plank. Share something real, then extend a rope. What's your morning routine like? Tell a story about a trip that changed you, then pull gently. Have you ever had a place surprise you like that? Here is the advanced technique. Make your planks uneven. Don't sand them down to perfect squares. A rough edge, a small admission of nervousness, a genuine confusion, gives the other person something to grip. Smooth perfection is slippery. Authentic texture invites connection. When both people lay planks and throw ropes, the bridge meets in the middle. You find yourself standing somewhere new, a shared place that didn't exist before. Chapter 3. The campfire groups are different creatures. A one-on-one conversation is a bridge. A group conversation is a campfire. And every campfire needs fuel, oxygen, and warmth shared by all. The fuel is contribution. Someone has to keep the stories flowing. The oxygen is attention. Without space between words, the fire chokes. And the warmth? That comes from inclusion. A campfire, where only two people huddle close while others freeze in the dark, is a failed fire. When you approach a group, first check if the fire is open. Are people standing in a loose circle with gaps? That's an open fire. Are they packed tight, shoulders sealed like a wall? That's a private blaze. Respect the boundary. Once you're at the circle, don't try to be the biggest log. Throw in kindling, short, bright contributions that help others burn brighter. If someone hasn't spoken in a while, be the person who turns to them and says, "Jordan, you've been quiet. What do you think?" That single act transforms you from a guest into a host. And if you find yourself on the cold edge, shivering, first, check if it's real. Sometimes our own anxiety builds walls that don't exist. But if the circle truly has closed, walk away with dignity. There are always other fires burning. Chapter 4. Mirror and window empathy is often described as walking in someone else's shoes. But that's only half the tool. The complete empathic instrument has two lenses, the mirror and the window. The mirror faces you. Before you understand anyone else, you must understand your own landscape. When you feel frustration at a friend's late reply, the mirror asks, "What am I really feeling? Abandonment? Fear?" When you feel envy at a co-worker's success, the mirror asks, "What desire of mine is speaking right now?" Most people skip the mirror. They rush to the window, trying to peer into other people's minds while their own vision is fogged. Clean your mirror first. Name your emotions without judgment. Only then turn to the window. But adjust the focus. Ask not, "Why are they doing this to me?" but "What does this look like from where they stand?" That friend who snapped at you, from their window, they might see a week of sleepless nights. That driver who cut you off, from their window, they might see a hospital up ahead. The window doesn't excuse harmful behavior. It explains it. An explanation is the bridge to compassion. When you meet someone's energy with matching energy, calm to calm, enthusiasm to enthusiasm, you prove that you've looked through both your mirror and their window. You become safe, and safety is the soil where every meaningful relationship grows. Closing calibration. Let's be honest, you will not listen to this once and transform. The social compass is not a magic spell. It is a practice, but practice compounds. One awkward conversation where you read the weather anyway. One bridge built with a rough, honest plank. One campfire where you pull a quiet person into the warmth. One moment where you clean your mirror before judging through the window. One seed planted and patiently watered. Each of these moments is a step, and steps become journeys. The world is full of people who are lonely not because they are unlovable, but because nobody taught them how to navigate. You are no longer one of those people. You have a compass now. It points toward warmth, toward bridge building, toward gardens that outlast storms. So step forward. The territory of human connection is vast, and it has been waiting for someone exactly like you to explore it. Safe travels.